These are four of the world's major religions: Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism. Christianity originated in Jerusalem, located in the Fertile Crescent. It then spread up north to North America, South America, Africa, Australia, and southern India. Here are some important cities labeled on the map: Jerusalem, Mecca, Constantinople, and Rome. Islam originated in the same place as Christianity and then spread up north into parts of Russia and Asia, Africa, Southeast Asia, and India. Hinduism originated in India and spread out to the rest of India. Buddhism originated in India as well and then spread out to eastern China and Southeast Asia. Listed here are the major cities and regions that played a role in the diffusion of these four religions. Mecca correlates with Islam, Constantinople, Rome, and Jerusalem with Christianity, Hinduism with India, and Buddhism with Southeast Asia. Religion can be universal or ethnic. Universal religions welcome all people, regardless of their background, as shown in the drawing. The universal religions are Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism. Islam is a monotheistic religion, meaning they believe in one God. Muhammad is known as the founder of Islam. Their God is called Allah, and they worship at mosques. There are two types of Islam: Sunni and Shiite. A majority of Islamic people are Sunni, and most Shiite can be found in Iran. There is a drawing of Allah, their God, choosing a prophet to spread his words and teachings. And there's also a drawing of a minaret, which is a tower from which Muslims are called to prayer every day. Buddhism came to be as a result of people questioning Hinduism, more specifically the strict caste system they had. Siddhartha Gautama is the founder of Buddhism, and he is also known as Buddha. Buddhism is a monotheistic religion, and on the right is a drawing of Buddha practicing his principles, and underneath this is a drawing of a stupa, which is a Buddhist shrine. There are many ethnic religions, but the three that we will be discussing are Hinduism, Judaism, and Shintoism. Hinduism is a polytheistic religion, meaning they have more than one god, as shown in the drawing to the right. They have a caste system that places each person in a certain caste, 1 being the highest and 8 being the lowest. The founding place of Hinduism is unknown, unlike the other religions we have discussed, as there is not one location that everyone agrees on as its hearth, which can be shown through the two figures arguing about where it was founded. Hindu people also worship in temples. Judaism's founder is Abraham. Moses is the prophet for Jewish people, and the Torah was given to him through their God. Judaism is a monotheistic religion, and it is tied with the term Zionism, which is having the desire to return to a homeland, which is shown in the drawing on the right of the person saying that they want to go home. Jewish people also faced immense persecution simply because they were Jewish, which is shown in the drawing of the person persecuting the Jewish person. There's a drawing of Moses as well, and the Torah on the left. Shintoism is primarily found in Japan, and it stemmed from Buddhism. The Torii Gate is a symbol tied with this religion.
Language. One of the largest language families in the world is the Indo-European language family, which includes English. English is the lingua franca of the world today, mainly due to the widespread colonization of the British. French, Greek, Spanish, and Hindi are just a few of many in this family. One hypothesis of how the Indo-European language diffused is the Renfrew hypothesis, based on agriculture. Its proposed hearth is the Fertile Crescent, and it diffused from the Western Arc into Africa and Saudi Arabia, and also from the Eastern Arc into Asia, and finally Anatolia into Europe. The next proposition is the conquest or Kurgan theory and not the dispersal hypothesis. In this theory, westward conquest on horseback diffused language rather than agriculture. As civilians became overpowered and subjects of new rulers, they adopted the new languages as well. The final theory is the dispersal theory. Indo-European languages began at a proposed hearth slightly above Mesopotamia, and they spread first eastward around the Caspian and Black Seas into Europe. Some also diffused from Anatolia into Europe.
In Quebec, Canada, people are trying to pass laws to integrate their French language completely. Most people speak French at home in Quebec, so they are trying to preserve their culture by getting rid of English. Quebecies have passed laws requiring French letters to be double the size of English ones on signs. The difference in the two languages is a centrifugal force because it divides the cultures of the different language speakers. In this drawing of Quebec, the Quebecies are trying to secede from Canada as a drastic measure to make French their official language. During this period of secession, people who wanted to immigrate into Canada had a cultural barrier and push factor awaiting them, the need to learn French. In China, there are many dialects, as the geography limits village-to-village interaction. To combat this separation and to bring unity, the Chinese government created Mandarin as an official language. This centripetal force united the country by enforcing the teaching of Mandarin along with English within schools to increase the mutual intelligibility between people around China. The use of simplified characters boosts globalization because it is the widely used form outside of China. The diffusion of Chinese stemmed from Old Chinese, eventually traveling to other parts of China and evolving through language divergence. Eventually, different dialects appeared with slightly different word pronunciations and symbols.
And finally, if you take a pidgin language, such as early Hawaiian, over time it will become a Creole language, such as modern Hawaiian. The diagram drawn represents how these languages are created by many other languages, such as Chinese, Spanish, Korean, Portuguese, English, Filipino, and Japanese, come together and form one language.